dance industry.
The dance industry, so
you don't know what to do with their money.
And they like to buy Supras. Okay, I don't know. I had stories those days, like those days. Some b-boys, they were saying, okay, well, I gotta win the meal. Now M12 is like this amount of money. If you want me to do now like a baby freeze, that one it will be this amount of money. Like, what is that? You need to eat correctly. You need to sleep, ample sleep. Those things of going out. Look who's talking.
Hello everyone, welcome to season 2 of the Dance Drive, episode 6. And with us we have the icon, Rosemary, the choreographer.
Legendary.
Somebody say poo! Of financial literacy in the dance industry, and Rosemary is going to break it down for us with a few pointers here and there, given her experience, her success, and you know, so many of us look up to her. So many of you people watching look up to her. So we brought her mostly for the girl child, people who are just entering the industry. Ladies who don't know what to do with your finances, how to strap really, everything.
Is it totally only finances? Or
not only finances.
It's like okay, fine.
Yeah. But like majorly people are lagging in finances, so.
Oh yes, I
the dance industry.
The dance industry, so
you don't know what to do with their money.
And they like to buy Supras. What they call them? What's that boot? What's that boot, you guys? The caterpillar boot. What's that boot?
Hey,
yeah, so
Timberland.
That.
Yes.
Okay.
So Rose is going to help us, highlight a few things and
make some corrections.
Well, I have David had sent me questions that will guide me to how to approach this. So should I start?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Rosemary Atim. I'm a dance artist, choreographer, instructor, entrepreneur. So the first question is 10 things that need to change in the industry and why.
Wow.
So
10.
Can
Guys,
you imagine?
grab your notebooks.
Can you imagine 10? So
have that many problems.
Just in case.
Well, the first point, morality, where you get the word morals. Morality is a set of standards that enable people to live cooperatively in groups. You find that people don't have basic morals, so they cannot live in harmony with others, whether it's dance groups or just supporting each other. So those small things,
basic
I feel like exactly, like basic ethics, how to work with others. I feel like not everyone, but some dancers, dance artists, they lack basic morals, and this affects. What's happening to our lighting? Where are you taking that? Okay, lighting is back. Okay.
Yeah, you need to see her clearly.
You get. So anyway, I feel like morals is very important.
Yeah.
Because you find some people getting caught up in police issues, getting caught up in all of these things. And these things affect your career. Yeah. People don't trust you. Someone pays you, you decide to disappear. So those are all morals. You get. Exactly. So how are you going to be able to work with another person to respect your boss, respect your fellow artist if you don't even respect yourself first? So I feel like morals is something we need to look into, adjust accordingly. That's point number 1.
Very important.
Morality,
Yes.
point number 1.
Point number 2, we need a minimum wage.
Thank you so much.
Major key alert.
Banange.
Someone
Someone calls you and tells you, we need you for this event, and then you're like, Mimunage, as we work like this, and then they're like, hey, how come last week we got someone who did it for cheaper. Now those cheaper friends of ours, but we need to work together so that we have a minimum wage.
Thank you.
Because also those the clients who look for us, they respect us even more. Because now if someone is invited to do the work cheaper, you're going to miss out. We're all going to miss out because they're still going to take us for granted and say, those ones, we can always get someone cheaper beside. So I feel like we need to come together. Okay, we need a minimum wage. That will come about maybe, I don't know how. We need a dance association. I'm coming to those points. Structures that will help put these things in place. But a minimum wage is really important. It guides the quality. It guides it guides a lot of things.
Yeah, and you're right about that, because as long as there's a cheap substitute,
exactly,
a cheaper substitute, when there's and the person is going to, do almost the same work, the client will be like, hey, I can still get this.
And I don't know. I had stories those days. Some big boys, they were saying, okay, I gotta win the meal. Now M12 is like this amount of money. If you want me to do now like a baby freeze, that one it will be this amount of money. Like, what is that? I had stories. I'm not saying I don't know. I just had rumors, but I'm giving an example. For example, So we need a minimum wage, really. Then point 3.
Yes.
Education in dance is very important.
Thank you.
That one's very heavy.
Deep.
Let us sit back.
Now,
Moment of
personally,
silence.
I have a BA Arts in Dance from Akari University.
Can you hear some promotion?
Okay, you guys. But you have other dance artists who have been to École des Sables in Senegal. They have done diplomas in African contemporary dance. You have other artists who have done scholarships, who are teaching people like Antonio in Australia, and a lot of different artists, Keiga Dance, Jonas. We have a lot of people. Catherine Nakawesa, a lot of dancers.
Yeah.
From
Trust
Uganda.
me, yes. Trust me, their mindset is on another
Level. Yeah.
You understand? It's important to understand these things from a theoretical point of view.
Yes.
And an educational perspective.
Very true.
I feel like we need to invest in ourselves to study these things, whether it's workshops, because it's not necessarily you have to go to an institution and get a certificate. It could be workshops, improve on your technique. Some people are doing hip hop and they don't know that they're doing hip hop. You understand? Some people are doing contemporary and they think they are doing what? Afro house.
Vibe.
You don't know what you're doing because you're not educated in that situation. You don't know the basics of salsa, but you claim you're a salsa instructor.
Fundamentals.
The fundamentals, Even this now, you see, even now, there are dance classes everywhere.
Thank you.
These dance classes, some people don't even stretch in those classes, but you claim you're an instructor. So education is important to understand how do we do a dance class? How do we structure the dance class? What are the benefits of the dance class? How can we,
the purpose.
the purpose of the dance class, not just to put things on Instagram and then, you understand? Technique. Things are beyond TikTok now. If you got an invitation letter from the Norwegian embassy or from an NGO and they want you to do a dance workshop and they want samples of your work, are you going to send them TikTok videos? What are you going to do?
Joke.
And then how are you going to respond to these people?
What's up?
Sometimes, not even that, sometimes you have meetings, like there was a meeting with Total there were 2 dance groups they were choosing. Tabu Flow was there, of course, and there was another group I won't mention, and this group, the clients were like, okay, can you please show us how we're going to go about this project? And then they had actually dancers they had come with to demonstrate. As we had a PowerPoint presentation, are you understanding now the how you interpret certain things differently?
Some people might not understand PowerPoint presentation. Projector, visual.
Now this one was like, at this point, guy Jakutaninga, then Onagwe, then what you get? Yet us we had a slide was showing that. Guys, we're not projecting, we are just being
educating.
Humor is, So anyway, dancing, education in dance is important. Technique for the females, it's not about twerking, kwemola, what? No. It's important for us to learn technique because it raises the bar. It takes us to different avenues in the industry. Theater work, especially now if you go deep within theater, community dance projects and all of that, there's a lot of professionalism that is required. And sometimes if you don't have that self-drive to educate yourself, you cannot reach that point. You'll always be stagnant. So I think dancers, we need to we need to push ourselves because no one is going to do it. No one is going to say wake you up and be like, "Banan, you need to what?
Go to class."
If you get an opportunity, try. You've seen Batalo East. They have these workshops for free. They have professional qualified dance instructors with experience. Go there, attend, learn something different, network with your fellow dancers. So that, so exactly.
Batalo, you need to pay for the ads that are running here. Just so you know, the check. We need that check.
Now you see are you sure this is not a one way?
No, it isn't.
But when are you going to pass?
We have time. Let's.
Patience is also key in dance.
Anyway, guys, so
point number 3, education in dance. Learn, specialize.
That's exactly. That goes hand in hand with technique. And then another actually at the next point, a dance copyright. It's possible because according to my research, in Australia, the Copyright Act provides different categories of protection for different types of work, from literature to art and to film to choreography. You find people who have written dance papers or dance books. We have dance literature that's written by Ugandan dance practitioners.
Yeah, I think I've seen some on LinkedIn. Few professors.
Professor Sylvia at Makerere University. She's the head of department. We have Professor Mangeni, who's the dean of the arts. Those are all dance practitioners. So there's literature that is protected, that is written by them. That's all falls in the dance copyright. Now let me go to choreography. Choreography is protected as choreography show.
Wow.
Dramatic work.
All right.
If it has a narrative that tells a story. In a musical, the choreography may also be protected as part of the show, which is dramatic work in itself, can be documented through film and video. For example, if you have a dance production, and it has a script, you've documented, and then you have it filmed, that is your copyright. It's protected. If anyone comes out and copies that script, you can sue them. So protect your works. Don't just
use moves from Black is King.
And
another thing, for me, as I saw it when I was judging competitions like dance off and whatever, a whole crew goes on YouTube, copies and pastes, and brings it on the stage as if we don't have internet. You think we don't know that you've copied? And then we deny you your prize, and then you want to bewitch us?
Violence
and all of that. So I feel like that also inspires creativity. Because if people's works are protected, you cannot infringe on them. You can't.
You can't attempt.
You can't, because you know the risks. So another way of protecting your works is by dance notation. Dance notation refers to a symbolic representation of human dance movement and form using methods as graphic symbols, figures, path marking, numerical systems, letter words, or you actually write the choreography on paper.
Theory.
Yeah, you draw. It could be letters. It could be you document your choreography and you
can use symbols.
Yes. And you know now another thing, we're in the era of the internet, and everything's on the internet. If you don't know what dance notation is, type in Google. Dance notation. What the fuck is dance notation? Excuse my French, but you get
Google, sir.
Exactly. So dance notation is another way of protecting your works. And now we are in a very sensitive time where things are blowing up on social media and stuff. You get.
Yeah.
So it's important.
Anyhow.
I mean, especially if you want to take things to another level.
Yeah.
You have to. I feel like as dancers, we need to look into the copyright. Yeah. It's important. To take a long time, but it's important at least to start somewhere.
Structures. Structures, major key.
Then, which point are we on now?
We're on dance copyright and.
Until now, the next point.
Now the next point, number 5.
Yes. Another thing that needs to change: the gap between the urban dancers and traditional dancers needs to be squashed.
Thank you.
Yes.
They call it downtown and
those things.
And uptown.
I feel
Bali
like
downtown. Bali uptown.
By the way,
that's kind of.
But Rosemary, Bali.
Bali.
No.
Bali.
I feel like traditional dancers. The traditional dancers are like are in Alaska, and then like urban dancers, you're in like another Alaska in its own context. Like people don't relate with each other.
Yeah.
Even you find at events like weddings, you find traditional dancers are like there. Then urban dancers, there's no also urban dancers. You feel like you're the thing and shit. You get and
unhealthy competition.
Exactly, very unhealthy. Yet we need each other.
Unity.
Because I feel like now this gap, Batalo East is trying to what? Because you find they have these workshops that they do where they bring traditional dance instructors or dance trainers to come and help to pass on that knowledge. And another thing, culture is very important in dance, in art. That's why you see even people like this Ghanaian designer who's working for Nike. He's using patterns from his culture, tribal art. Culture is important. You cannot do that. Originality. When you have a sense of identity, when you travel, when you go abroad and you struggle, you start doing hip hop. People there have been doing hip hop since they were 3. But you go there and you do your back scene, but they'll be like, how are you moving your waist at the same time with your feet? What the hell is that? These things are special, and we should not take for granted these special things that God has blessed us with. Our culture is very, very important. So I feel like urban dancers need to push themselves closer to the roots. You know? If you're Uganda, you must, and if you're Uganda and you're a dance artist, you must know your traditional dance. Whether what? I don't just know the dance. You must know the song that they sing when they're dancing that dance, and you must know how to drum the dance as well. You know? Yes. So I feel like dancers need to, urban dancers especially, they need to fall back on that. And also traditional dancers, they need to, let's work together, you guys. Seriously. A lot of things can be done with what? With collaborating together.
Instead of competing.
I tell you, compete. You don't even compete.
Falling down the side in the third world country.
Both sides.
I mean, for me, I've been in a context where, like now, Macquarie University, we were all together, we were studying in the same class, we were doing things together. So for me, I don't have that gap thing of those are traditional dancers, and then me, no. But I feel like in the urban cities,
it's heavy.
The metropolitan area, people are a bit like
skeptical and divided.
So I feel like people need to bridge that gap. Next point.
Number 6.
Personal hygiene and self-grooming.
Let us observe a moment.
Banage, see us. We are looking nice. We are looking presentable. And we are dancers. We are smelling good. Everyone showered. We brushed our teeth. Hair is on fleek. Look at the nails. Banage. Personal hygiene, self-grooming. You guys. You cannot go for a meeting. You cannot go for a meeting. You cannot. how do I start? Someone take over this point because
we have been screaming this since episode 1.
Guys, we had an episode.
We had the whole episode to cover this.
Personal hygiene.
Let me just pause you there. Another thing, when someone is smart and clean and everything, then they say that you're showing off. No, this is basic etiquette,
Basic principles.
Morals.
I brought a word here. Morals.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Guys, cut your nails, shower, brush your teeth. You learn these things in school.
if you have a dance class, if you have a rehearsal, pack a towel, pack a deodorant. Put on clothes that will enable you to dance freely without combating. Now you can't go for rehearsal, tell you in a black jumper, tell you in a how you get like, or you go for a meeting and then you're just bulala and then or stage performance costume, you put on something out of the blue, like I think tears, certain things.
Disaster. We all have experiences.
Yes.
I think the point is driven home.
And even in terms of performance, like we need to invest in costumes, nice looking costumes, classy stuff. Not all the time you have to wear damaged. Not all the time you have to do this. Those rough. Things have changed. You can dance in a suit. These guys. You can dance in a suit. You can. I mean, look at what was the video you did for Crystal Panda? That was a clean video, very crisp, very clean. I feel like that is what dancers need to look up to now. Gone are the days of dancing with Simanya beads in X or what? I don't know. I mean, it depends on the context of what you're performing anyway. And now, the ambulance. Anyway, yeah. So I feel like personal hygiene and self-grooming is very important. People will respect you more. People everything will change. Trust me.
Your life will change.
Actually, your whole life will change.
Yeah.
And self-grooming, you say personal hygiene and what?
Self-grooming is how you put yourself together to outside people to see you. Like the way you dress up. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Makeup. Don't draw eyebrows up to here. Just be realistic. I mean, if it's a video shoot, come through, but daily life, man. Anyways, what point was that? Well, now we are looking great. Now we are back. Okay, so next point: research and innovation.
Yeah. That's a huge one.
Now you see, let me give an example. Overindulging in trends. Now you see this Nigerian, those
Afro,
things.
Yeah.
Dancers, you forget, like you forget about your own gift, like your own, how can I say, your own power.
Yeah.
To create something. First of all, as artists, we were created to create. You don't follow the trend. Exactly. You set your own trend. You're supposed to change. Sorry. Manange, as artists, we're supposed to change, we're supposed to create. We have that power. It's not bad to follow the trend. If the Gwara Gwara is trending, all of that. But you can create your own Gwara Gwara.
Yes.
That's what people are forgetting.
Originality.
I don't understand why Ugandan music videos, most of them you're dancing what's happening in Nigeria. Yet you can create your own movement. Okay, you can borrow inspiration, there's no problem. But change. Because let me tell you something. That copy and paste. The people normally look for the original makers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They don't look at you. It's like eating Cadbury chocolate and then you want to eat another chocolate. Or like, now which chocolate can I compare it with?
Mars.
Mars is good. Okay, let me give which example can I give?
Bounty. Toffee and eclair.
Anyway, the point is, please, let's try to be original. Let's research. Let's innovate. Let's create anything. Anyway, it's okay. Yeah, so the next point. Yeah, so the next point. Banange, this is a funny one. Stop calling your cruise companies when you're not registered. You're not a registered dance company. I tell you, you're saying you're a dance company.
TIN number. You don't have a TIN number for URA
And you know those things. It might sound funny, but it's not funny. Let me put it in my context from experience. When we had jobs to do abroad with Tabu Flow, we had to hand in among the documents that the embassy would want us to. We had to hand in our certificate of incorporation.
Yes.
To show that you get. So I feel like it's a good thing that dancers want to expand their thingies in terms of company mode. I feel like I want to encourage dancers to actually register their dance crews and let them be companies. You get? Yeah, it's a good thing. So
it's cheap now.
Yes, so people should look into it and research about it so that you have the right knowledge about it, how to go about it. Because a lot of things can happen with that. So yeah, register your dance crews. Let it be a company and the sky is the limit.
Also, registration, for those who don't know, it helps with things like, for example, when you want to monetize certain things. When YouTube comes to you, you have a registration number already. You have like so many things, the requirements that they need, you have them in place already.
Yes.
So don't think you monetize without certain things.
Exactly. It elevates a certain level of, Yeah, so second last point.
That's number 8.
Number 9.
This is number 9. We need more community dance projects. Community dance projects are dance projects dance projects whereby dancers are working directly with the community to change a certain level of living, to inspire, to empower. Examples of dance community projects are like BPU, Chuka Youth Outreach. Batalo East, I think, also does as well certain projects with communities. I've done that before with IOM in Karamoja. First of all, it puts something back on you as a person when you help someone and you see them recover through your art. Because these days, dance is used for therapy.
Very true.
Dance is a therapeutic activity. So I feel like dancers, we need to take it upon ourselves to initiate, to give back to the community, And don't think you're going to lose money or anything. You can write a proposal for grant funding. You can get funding, and one grant could be $70,000.
I think we need an episode for people to learn how to write proposals. We should get someone.
So I'm saying, don't look at dancers' music videos, Instagram, concerts. You can work as a dance workshop facilitator. You can do a lot of work in the community. Many people are suffering in slums, in war zone areas, in even post-traumatic places where there was war, or places where there's nothing happening. Dance helps someone, first of all, improve on their self-esteem, confidence. You find people can't even lay their bed because they don't have that self-will in themselves. Their spirit is dead. And when certain projects like this, like activities like dance, fashion, or whatever, it helps people to come out of that darkness and and achieve their goals. So I feel like dancers, another thing, by the way, you're not supposed to die with your gift. Seriously.
That is two major keys.
As artists, we are gifted. We are God's agents. I'm not a local or anything. As artists, we are God's agents. We are blessed and gifted.
God's gift to the world.
Yes, you must use this gift for the other people around you. So I think that's something we need to look into. And even Wembley as well, Wembley More Foundation, that's a community project. So we need to help the community, because some of you're going to give birth, your children are going to be in those communities. So we need to help and change the community for a better living place for the future.
Don't die with your gift.
The last point, dance association, Banag.
You don't know why it's going on. Major key alert.
You need to put an effect on this part. Rewind. You get the dance association, you guys. We need a structure where dancers belong. We need an executive team that can bargain for our rights to the highest the higher people, like the government, or people who can push dance in another light. People who are literate in the arts. We don't need big dancers.
In quotes, big dancers.
We need to engage with professors from the university. We need to engage from people from, like
different scopes, lawyers.
Exactly. In the arts, the Katende farm of the Ebonies. Those are lawyers in the arts. They can, we don't need, we need everyone, that's the fact. Yeah. But those people who are able to put dance on another level. We need to engage ourselves, network, and interact with these people.
How can we do this? That might be the question.
How?
People go to events, they just talk to their friends.
They go for the alcohol. You go for the alcohol, you go for the food. That's not a problem. Imagine you're going to perform at an NSSF event, but you can't even interact with the bosses to see even what could happen after the what?
The performance.
The performance doesn't mean that after performing you run away. No, use that advantage. Some dancers have been blessed to be in certain spaces that are magnetic. That you can do so much in that space. So I think people should take advantage of that situation. But back to the dance association thing. I think certain dancers who are already in position, like, let me say, representatives of the dancers, because you cannot go 70 people to an office. So we can form a representative
board.
These people, like if we say 5 people, they can go to these different offices and initiate certain relationships that can help us to come up with this.
Thank you.
Because
and on that note, not everyone is going to be supportive, first of all. So if you believe you can do it, get your team of what? 5. Of 5. Start moving, because small steps. We need the small steps first.
Sure.
Because once you start, you can let the other people in the dance industry know that we are ready to come around. Then we come.
Let's also try and do it for the love, because it seems everyone wants.
Some people want to. Actually, another thing. Certain people, they want to prosper as individuals.
Thank you.
Yet they found the door open. This industry that you found was already molded by certain people in the past, and they did it not for just themselves, for us who are also coming. So I feel like we need to take it upon ourselves to work together for us, because it will still help us.
The people coming after us.
And even don't say people even coming after us. Even if you're 70, you'll still be still be in the system, in the industry. You could even still be behind the scenes, or you could be as a mentor. You need these structures in place for your work to go on smoothly. So the dance association, we need to sleep on it. Now, that is the 10 points.
The 10 problems.
The 10 problems that need to change in the industry. According to me, that's what I think. The most pressing.
Very valid.
10 points according to Rose.
I don't might have other points.
Leave them in the comments.
So let's go to the next. Maybe I shouldn't have put on white. I look like a malaika.
Please.
Okay. Anyway, so the next question: reasons for the. Did you say wild? Reasons for wide. Oh shit. Okay, sorry. Reasons for the wide mileage
between the Western dance industry and that of Uganda. Reasons for the wide mileage.